Hello again. Welcome to another edition of Innovative Talks. It's really becoming a great pleasure to do this every day. Because every day I just have new ideas of things that I want to share with you, and things that I think that if you come to implement them on a day-to-day basis, like if we work together and we just think and imagine and innovate and create, you just learn different techniques, simple techniques that you can use, different tools of creativity, and you'll do your own research. You'll find your own tools. Like you have to have your own heuristics of human development. You have to have your own techniques of meditating. You have to have your own way of living your life. You need your own values, your own mission. Everything needs to be defined to your person. So today what we're going to talk about is consistency. Consistency in your vision. There's one video where we shared about like creating your vision, having this large vision, seeing yourself from the top of a mountain, looking down and seeing all these things that you've been able to create. But how are you going to stay consistent with that vision? Like how are you going to make sure that whatever happens in your life, like there's going to be events, there's going to be failures, there's going to be difficulties, how are you going to stay on track? How are you going to make sure that you're going towards that vision? Or how can you check yourself to see if effectively or eventually you are going toward that vision? So what we will talk about today is consistency is related to focus. We can take them as two words, but I like putting them together. So if someone is consistent, for me, it means that they're consistently focused on their vision. They're consistently focused on going in this direction. They use all the things that they have. They make all their choices, all their decisions, all consistent towards this same vision. And how are we going to make that a reality? I want to catalyze an ecosystem that fosters innovation, social entrepreneurship, and human development. I came here to the US 4 months ago. 4 months ago, before those 4 months, I was in Guinea. And I was selected to come for this YALI program. I participated in the YALI program. And a few weeks before the end of the YALI program, I had to make a decision. I had a flight ticket which was open to go back to Guinea. And at the same time, I had started a startup with a friend, a YALI fellow who's from Kenya. And we had said, we're going to Nairobi, we're going to launch the application in November. So now I have to make a decision. The decision is, am I going to go back to Guinea and then from there go and meet him to Kenya? Or am I going to go straight to Kenya and continue on this new venture? Even though agro-touristic farm in Guinea, I have the Dare to Innovate movement in Guinea, but at this particular moment, because of the Ebola outbreak, the travel ban, the restrictions on organizing conferences, we had a Dare to Innovate conference for 2014, which was cancelled because Peace Corps, which is our partner, implementing partner, they had to be evacuated. So for me, I had to redefine my vision. Because coming here in this program, I still had the same vision of catalyzing an ecosystem, fostering innovation, teaching innovation, training millions of people in entrepreneurship, human development, coaching, techniques of creativity, and social entrepreneurship. So I've initiated all these programs and I've started all these things that for me to continue them, I need also to be in an environment that fosters innovation, social entrepreneurship, and human development. And with what's happening right now in West Africa, I won't be able to make them spur because the environment itself is not fostering that. The environment itself is not open to that. Right now, if I am to go to Guinea, I am to invest myself in Guinea, it would be also in elevating the young people to in the future overcome these stigmas and these cultural consequences of the Ebola outbreak. It will be to train people on how to create businesses that will improve the health system, how to create businesses that will improve the education system. But because you can't regroup lots of people for the moment, it's not effective for me to say that I'm going to take the decision to go back to Guinea and invest in that. So I made the conscious decision that I'm going to Kenya. It's going to be a new adventure. It's going to be a bigger risk. It's going to be an environment. From all the research I did, I spent 2 months in IBM working on the tech ecosystem in Africa, ecosystem development, and I saw that Kenya is the capital of technology in Africa. Like, there's no doubt about it. And the Kenyans are innovating in all fields. And me coming with this mindset that I have, the fact that I understand social entrepreneurship, I can break it down to simple things. I can train people in it. And I'm with people who are also leaders of their industries. They're exceptional young leaders. So connecting with them already and bringing my perspective, maybe this West African perspective to Kenya, I can add some value to businesses in Kenya. I can add value to businesses in East Africa. And I'm a global entrepreneur. So it was always clear to me that if I want to attain this great vision, creating these world-class innovation centers all across the continent, if I can't do it in my country, I have to go somewhere where I can do it. And now that I have had this opportunity to have partners in East Africa who also have the same mindset of expanding innovation, expanding businesses, develop competitive products that can go on the world market, developing software that can solve problems all across the continent, I tell myself, there's no double guessing. I want to engage in solving the problem of Ebola. The way I will engage in it, it has to be consistent with my vision, which is how am I going to use human development, innovation, and social entrepreneurship to solve the Ebola problem. So that way, what I will do is the work that I'll be doing in Nairobi, the people that I'll be meeting in Nairobi, is how to engage them, create another Dare to Innovate movement in Kenya and in East Africa, and engage them to help grow youth development in West Africa. It's possible. I can engage people in East Africa, in South Africa, in North Africa to help develop young Africans and young entrepreneurs in West Africa. We can benchmark what's being done in Kenya, replicate it to Guinea. So I'm staying consistent to my vision. Even though I have to change my actions, I have to change my decision, I even have to change my territory. But I'm staying consistent to my vision, which is to catalyze an ecosystem that fosters innovation, social entrepreneurship, and human development. I want to create a culture where people can create businesses and have access to funds, have access to training, have access to mentors. How can a young African just be inspired, say, I want to do this, and has examples of young African leaders who have made it and people in this community who are doing it, and programs that exist for him to follow, go through the program and develop the skills so that he can be able to turn his social idea into a viable social business that solves a problem in the community, but gives him the opportunity also to something for himself. So consistency is how to stay grounded and look at the big picture. How can you, in the midst of all this chaos, of all these things that happen in your life, I left Guinea, I left the farm, I came here, I went to Notre Dame, I left Notre Dame, I came back to DC, I left DC, I went to Boston with IBM, I left Boston, I came back here, and now I'm in Maryland. And I still do the same rituals, which is I go out for a run every morning, I go out and I run, and then I meditate. I take at least 1 hour to stay grounded, to pray, to meditate, to relax, but thinking about my vision. During those 1 hour, I have a clear, I imagine this place where I want to be. I create it. And every day there's little pictures that come up. There's new things that come in. There's new inputs that come in. And now that I'm making these videos on a day-to-day basis, it's a whole other sphere. I see myself in media, being a channel, being like Oprah, being able to fill up a stadium and speak and engage people and have all those people get out of that place and go make impact. Fill up a stadium of 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 people, and then they come out, they go out and they make impact in their lives. They change the lives of the people around them. That's what I want to do. Those are the things that I'm pursuing. So to live the life you want, you have to take risks. There's some things that you have to be able to say, yeah, to attain what I'm going for, I have to leave this behind. I have my family in Guinea, I have my children in Guinea, I have my parents in Guinea, I have the first business that I started in Guinea is there. Today, we are the only ones who are training young people in agriculture hands-on, even with this Ebola crisis. That's something that I started months ago. And we had to continue the program without, all the resources from the government who was, engaging with us to start the program. But we said we've got these 25 young men and women who, who are coming to our farm and to the Vataba, the Dare to Innovate Center, to have training in entrepreneurship and agriculture, and also learn how to be community leaders. We can't back down on these people. So right now they're doing those trainings there. You can check on the Vataba Facebook page. You'll see some pictures, and they're getting this knowledge. And hopefully by next year we're gonna continue the program. We're gonna extend the program. We're gonna develop the program. Even though Guinea is going through this crisis, we are going to do that. But that's not going to limit me to say, okay, I have to go back to that. No, I have to go forward. And forward for me is going to a new territory and dominating there too, creating impact, impulsing, challenging, provoking, engaging people to believe in themselves. In Kenya, there's lots of technologies. There's lots of innovators. There's lots of people who are developing projects, who are developing businesses, who are developing startups. Bringing in the Dare to Innovate program, for example, something that I am the director of the Dare to Innovate movement. It's my mission to create a community of social-minded individuals and entrepreneurs that foster the exchange of ideas, knowledge, and resources to catalyze an ecosystem of, social entrepreneurship across the continent. We've started the movement in Guinea. Because of the outbreak, we're limited. We have discussed and we said, okay, we're not going to stop there. We're going to expand. Because we have partners like the Yali Fellows who are social entrepreneurs, who are socially minded leaders, I'm going to engage them. We're going to bring the movement there. We're going to bring the resources of the movement there. We're going to train their social entrepreneurs who are going to ideate and find social problems and apply them, with technology to create businesses. That's how I stay consistent. But for me to do that with all the different things that happen in my life, I have to be grounded. Every single day you have to have time for yourself to review yourself, to self-assess yourself, to calm your thoughts, to be able to continue creating that vision. And because you're doing it every day, you're going towards that same path. You're staying consistent. Constantly focused. Consistently focused. Focused on the vision, the thing that you want to create in the future. So I hope this is useful, and I'm sure it is. And the other videos that will come will be, again, to develop you, to develop your skills, to expand your potential. Because you are great. You are an innovator. You're born an innovator. But you have to pull it out of you. You have to exert. Every day you have to practice your ideas. Every day you have to improve your way of thinking. If you want to be fit, you have to go to the gym. You have to work out every day. If you want to be an innovator, a daring innovator, you have to take risks every day. Every day you have to take even small risk, incremental risk. You have to create. You have to create content. You have to create ideas. You have to create something every day that you're passionate about, something that you love. Finding your passion. Don't just live a dull life. Don't live to die and, just complain about life. I never had what I wanted. You didn't search for it. You didn't fight for it. You gave up. You gave in. You spent your life complaining, or you spent your life looking at other people do what they want. You have to make your own. You have to make your own videos. You have to make your own songs. You have to write your own poems. You have to write your own articles. You have to make your own craft. You have to work on it. You have to build it. You are a successful human being. If you're still doubting yourself, it means that you still have work to do on yourself. And one of the best ways to stay focused on that vision is to create the image in your mind every day, and take time to give yourself to do that. Either you're gonna write it down, either you're gonna create the image in your head, or you're gonna sing the song. But give yourself at least an hour a day, for yourself. Some people say, I don't have time, but you have time for other things that you spend more hours doing that are not effective for you at all. Build yourself up an hour a day to create your vision, to calm your thoughts, to listen to some inspiring music, some calm music, something that will push you to go forward. Something that will keep you focused on that vision that you have. Allez, this is Innovation Man, Amadou Chico Sissoko, Innovative Talks. If you want more of this, just follow. just subscribe. It's going to be coming every day, and every day you're going to have something that is going to be beneficial to your growth. Because I want to create a generation, a movement of daring innovators that will make massive impact. 1 billion people we will impact in the world. We Africans, we young Africans, we young Asians, we young Europeans. We have to change the world. We have the power, we have the knowledge, we have the technology. What are we waiting for? Audacity. We have to dare to be the best that we can become. Dare to innovate.